Hey guys, I know it's been a while. This is Droid Zero, gonna come at you with the ICS Sense Redefined ROM, and kind of did what people are calling the Frankenstein style. I ended up downloading Nova Launcher APK, uploading it on my Redefined ROM, and using the Nova Launcher, which basically makes it look identical to the Galaxy Nexus style. So you can only use the Nova Launcher on, I think. Let me get to it real quick. It needs to be Android 4.0.1 or higher. You cannot, absolutely not use this Nova Launcher on any Gingerbread or Gingerbread ROM. So definitely stay away from it if you are on Gingerbread. But if you got one of the ICS ROMs, like I said, Android 4.0.1 or higher, you are able to run this ROM or this launcher, and it's pretty sweet. So far, I've enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm on Joel's ICS Sense Redefined ROM. As of February 21st, he updated it. It's Sense 3.6 with Android 4.0.3. So, I mean, it's got the latest the apps, the Sense software, and the Android itself software. So he's done a lot of updating on this. But with the Nova Launcher, of course, it does take away with a lot of the stuff he did, but at least you know, the kernel and all that is completely up to date for, you know, what Verizon has out there. So I'm gonna jump right into it. As you can tell, I don't know if you can tell very well, but he's got this all themed out. The ring, it's got a dark theme to it. I still got my Sense unlock screen, which I still like. I thought it was a good, a pretty sweet look to it. So I kept all that, of course. Let me pan out here. There we go. As you can tell, it looks pretty much like Android, the Galaxy Nexus style, the AOSP style launcher. If I click home, you can kind of tell right there that I have my HTC Sense that I can go back to, or my Nova Launcher. So the customization on this Nova Launcher is pretty sweet. I can do the card stack just like you would your applications, and it looks, like I said, it looks identical to the AOSP version of Android 4.0, so you're going to get all that cool effects. Nova Launcher does require super user agreements because of the fact that it changes the app drawer and all that cool stuff, and then it adds the widgets in there, like the stock AOSP widgets and all that cool stuff. So you're going to get all that effect on your Sense style HTC Rezound. Settings for the Nova Launcher, real quick before I start, even the folders look like the AOSP version of Android 4.0, so I thought that was pretty cool. He didn't really have to go to that much trouble to do it. So real quick, the settings in here, if I can get in there, Nova settings right there on the menu screen. You can check your desktop, you can customize your desktop, your app drawer, dock. This is brand new. This is requiring the Prime, which it's like $1.99. I'll probably end up looking at the Nova Launcher Prime. It's like $1.99, like I said. It seems well worth the money. I just kind of was trying it out to see how well it functioned. It looks like configure actions for home screen gestures, so you do need to purchase the the Nova Launcher Prime for that one. But you can do the desktop, app drawer, the dock, behavior like the rotation, home button, resizing the widgets and all that stuff, and you can even back up your layout that you have. Of course, you can do your updates right on the launcher settings itself. So pretty cool deal. Let me check on my settings on my desktop. So you can do your desktop grid, telling it how many rows and columns you want. I just left it default. Kind of scrolling through here. Infinite scrolling is something I really love. Here, let me roll this up. Infinite scrolling right there. That's what I enjoy. Instead of like stopping at one point like Motorola and them do, I can keep scrolling through just like I was on my Sense 3.5. So that's a pretty sweet deal. App drawer, of course, the scroll effect. If you want it to look like the AOSP version of Android 4.0, you want to leave it at card stack. That's going to give it that fade in the back and bring it up in the front effect. So that's a pretty cool deal there. And then you got your dock. I changed the dock pages to 1. That way there's no, you can do the scrolling on your dock down here. I mean, so you can have 3 pages of dock menus if you want, but I kept it as real as I could, so I put it down to 1 on there. Dock icons, I left it at 5, just like a normal dock would be on Android 4.0. I left everything pretty much default through Nova Launcher, so I didn't really get too much into it on that. So yeah, there's the settings for Nova Launcher. As you can tell, I mean, and oh, the persistent Google thing, the Google search right here at the top. You can leave that persistent like it would be on AOSP, which I think is in behavior or not. Let me see where this is at. I think it's in desktop. Maybe it is in desktop. Yeah, there it is. Desktop, and you go persistent search bar. You can click it to never, or if you turn on landscape mode, it'll do it, or always. I keep it on always, like I said, to keep it as real looking to AOSP as possible, even though I'm still running Sense technically. So, pretty cool deal. It comes stock to being never. I mean, default is never. So, you are able to remove the search Google at the top when you first load Nova Launcher. So, pretty cool deal. Pretty cool deal there. Let me go to my system settings so you can kind of take a look at what I'm running here. As you can tell, this is all since 3.5, 6, whatever, but the ice cream version of it. So, about phone, software information. So, as you can tell, I'm still running Android version 4.0.3 and HTC Sense version 3.6. I got a little bit of work ahead of me. I kind of wasn't paying attention to a couple ROMs I installed, and as you can tell, my build number is 3.10.605.13. It should be like 1.605.11 or something like that. It should be a 2-point number, but I'm at a 3-point, which is was like the leak build of Ice Cream Sandwich for the HTCs. So I got to use I think what is it, Con 247. He's got a main version fixed, so I'll probably have to get on that and take a look at that and get all that fixed up so I can get back to 2.0 main version. So I'll be running that later on. Not much else on here. I mean, as you can tell, it's all running pretty smoothly. Actually, I've rarely had any troubles. A lot of the AOSP ROMs for the HTC Rezound. You can't do the MMS. Like, I could never get it to work. People just told me to download Go SMS, but it seems like every time I did, it would just take forever and ever and ever to send, and then I'd eventually just give up and not send it. So I kind of gave up on the AOSP until they get a few more of those minor bugs out. So I'm going to stick with just the standard Sense Ice Cream Sandwich ROMs, and then just do this Nova Launcher to make it look like that, the AOSP style. So everything pretty much works. Even my Beats headsets work, or my Beats audio enhancement works. I tested it out. You do have to use the Google or the HTC Music, which on Redefined's ROM is in red. As you can tell right there, it's gonna say Music right there. So yeah, you can use that, and it will enable Beats whenever you put your headsets in. So pretty sweet deal there. As you can tell, there's the AOSP calendar instead of Sense, so that's pretty cool. And you can resize these, so if I press and hold down on there, it'll pop up saying remove or resize. So if I click resize, it'll look just like you would the AOSP of the Galaxy Nexus. So you can resize it however you want, and then that way you can put more stuff on your home screens. As you can tell, I kind of don't run too much stuff. I'm getting a phone call right now, so I'll ignore that for right now so I can talk to you a little bit more. Trying to think of anything else here. That's about it. I'm going to put in the link for the Nova Launcher, the link for Ice Cream Sandwich Sense Redefined ROM by Joel's, and also, real quick, yes, almost forgot about this, Droid Tweaks. This thing is freaking sweet. You click on that. It is a flashable zip file, so once you flash like the ICS ROM if you want to do the lead droid next, that's fine, or if you want to load your Nova launcher and then do lead droid, that's cool too. But you can actually mess with like your status bar and everything, and I'll show you you got status bar settings, sense options, lock screen settings, and miscellaneous options. Miscellaneous options, you can do your phone info, which usually you have to click like pound 4396 pound or whatever, but this is like a quick access to all that, so it's right there, which is pretty cool that lead droid did. And then you got advanced tweaks, which you can do fixed permissions, zip align all APKs, mount system. You can do wipe battery stats, cache, and Dalvik cache. So pretty sweet deal there. Status bar is like my favorite. You can hide or reorder quick settings. So as you can tell, like my quick settings here, I've gotten rid of a lot because in the Redefined ROM, there's like at least 10 or 15 quick settings right in this thing that you can scroll through and pick. So I kind of knocked it down to the main ones I use using the lead droid's tweaks. So that was a pretty cool option. Basically, you just click into there, check mark the ones you want to hide, and then click apply settings. Your status bar is going to disappear for like 15-20 seconds, and all of a sudden it'll reappear. So don't freak out whenever it disappears. It just has to use your super user agreements to apply the effect at the top. You can even change the battery options. Let me see. You should be able to. Maybe it's not in here. You're able to it's the clock. That's it. Clock options, clock style. You can even do it. You can hide it all general, normal, which will be on the right side of the top screen, or you can even center it. So it'll be right there in the middle. As you can tell, I just changed it. I'm going to leave it to the normal so I don't have to mess with it. You can even change the color of the clock itself. I haven't got too much into that. I kind of left it as clean as I could for right now. This is a cool thing. When I pull my notification bar down, as you can tell, it allows you to change your status bar caption. So it says Droid 0 right there. And even when I do my lock screen, should be right at the top. So Droid 0 right there, so people know what phone they're picking up. So yeah, definitely check his out. I'll have a link for that in my description as well for Lead Droid Tweaks ICS version 4 Lite. There's like a full version for the Evo 3D, so if you guys got Evo 3Ds, also check that utility out. It's a pretty sweet deal. I want to kind of switch to my computer here, if you don't mind. I'm going to kind of scroll it up, see if I can. There we go. If you want, I would look at downloading DSense version 7.1 and check that out. It's a kind of a quick way, an easy way to get to DSense your HTC Rezound if it's on an ice cream sandwich ROM. It actually removes sense, most of the sense options on like the desktop or the app drawer, and actually loads a Nova launcher for you. So basically you just click the button, it does it all for you, it reboots your phone, and you're good to go. If you're on a Gingerbread ROM, it'll actually install, I think, Go Launcher, so that way you can go to like stock launcher instead of using Sense. It'll desense and put Go Launcher on there, and then there's also desense, just desense. So you will have to have some sort of launcher before you desense if you're on Gingerbread there. So there's a couple options on that DSense 7.1. There's a ton of more options even, so definitely check that out on the XDA forums under HTC Rezound. It's in one of the threads. So well, that's all I have for right now, guys. Definitely check out Redefined's ROM. I mean, this guy done a pretty good job, Joel. I've had no issues so far. Of course, the data arrows don't work when you're on 3G or 4G. He said it says it's got a blue flicker. I have yet to notice it, but if you go to the dev options and change your transition effect to 1.5 instead of leaving it at 1, you'll rarely see it. I mean, I've seen it I think once since I've had this, and it's been about 3 or 4 days since I've had it, and I've been using it quite a bit. So alright guys, well for right now, definitely check that out. Put your Nova launchers on and try to get as AOSP as possible without having to worry about minor bugs that could affect your daily driving of this phone. So this is, like I said, Droid 0 again. I'll check you guys later.